I've heard of this.
That's the haunted one, but I don't think they stay there anymore.
Okay, I hope not.
Yeah. But, I mean, Halloween week, wouldn't you request it?
If you're not scared. I lived in a haunted house once in college.
Really?
I sure did.
Kayla Anderson with us. How do you know it was haunted? Was it really haunted?
Yeah, it was.
Or did people just say
it was? And, when you live in it in the moment, you're like, no, this stuff isn't true. Like, you hear stories from people that have dealt with ghosts. And I guess this is fitting because it's Halloween. But sure enough, living in a very, very old house on campus at Washington State, we lived and live out our senior year, 3 other girls. And at night, I would have these weird nightmares. And I thought they were just nightmares. Felt like someone was like kind of watching over you all the time. And then midway through the year, the CD player would turn on in the middle of the night, full blast.
It's just
full blast.
Wiring issue?
Right, wiring issue, you would think so. On several occasions, when in the shower by myself in the house, there were numerous voices outside and thought my roommates were in, got out of the shower. No roommates were there. One night I was there and the bottle cap opener, which you can only literally open a bottle with and it will play the Washington State fight song, just started playing randomly in the kitchen. And then once we left the house, we started actually talking about this years later with my friends. Just this last weekend, we had this conversation. She described the shower incident for her. Same thing.
Really?
Picture frame fell in the middle of the night, completely shattered. Crazy stuff.
Did you ever find out maybe the history of the house? Or
No, but it's up for rent. If that tells you anything.
But you were there a long time, so it wasn't really, you never really got freaked out or never felt like you were in danger or anything?
Yeah, because I think at the moment I didn't really think that was a thing. And then I started to sleep in my friend's bed because it got drastically worse in terms of the sleeping part. And then we look back at it and kind of chuckle now. But in the moment, I think you're just trying to get through college. You have so much other stuff you're focused on, applying for jobs and stuff. And you didn't think about it. And so now it's actually a crazy story to tell because those things really did happen. I'm like, I think that was haunted. I really do.
I know I've told you that according to legend, this place is haunted, but
right.
You don't have people. I haven't found anybody who has stories like you have about where you lived in college. So
yeah. So I mean, like you said, believe or not, but until it happens to you, you're just kind of skeptical. I would say.
Hey, you want scary? Just look at the Kings' upcoming schedule.
What a segue.
Yeah. At OKC tonight, at Chicago tomorrow, at Milwaukee, then at Denver. So that's the 4-game road trip, of course. Then you come home, play the Warriors, and then OKC, Minnesota, and Denver.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary considering the fact that the last 3 games, Kev, that they've had, there's been opportunity. And I'll use that word again throughout the show. There's been opportunity for them to win those games. Really, every single one of those games, if you think about it, because they've been down certain players on the other teams. They came close at Phoenix. They gave away a 20-point lead. So there's another opportunity, if we're going to take it one game at a time, tonight in OKC, which they're the big bad boogeyman because they're the defending champs, but they are down a player. So, opportunity.
The optimistic side of me says, hey, as you pointed out, and I didn't realize this till you pointed it out to me, so thank you. Chet Holmgren's not playing. Of course, Jalen Williams has been out. The pessimist in me says, Shai's going to shoot 80 free throws.
Yep. And you know what? I don't blame you.
Uh-huh.
You guys have seen it time and time again with this situation, especially like when there are other key players out. It's almost like they can't then stop the obvious target. And maybe that's a thing, but it seems to be a theme that has not been broken.
It is interesting, the point that you raised while we were doing the crossover about Russ, because, Russ back in Oklahoma City, but as Kyle Ledbetter said, it's not the first time or the second time or the third time he's been back there.
I know.
And they do love him there. They actually do love him.
Yeah. They booed Durant at the beginning of the season. And we were all kind of wondering what they would do. But with Westbrook, they booed him, I guess, in the postseason last year, but it was all kind of just for fun. Like, it wasn't, like, serious. So, they do love him. And I bet you he'll get cheers tonight. But I also wondered, does he still take into account, like, that's my old team? I never know with guys like that have that type of mind or they're wired different if he plays just even a little better at Oklahoma City. You just never know. He's been playing well, but Who knows? Maybe he does even more for this team tonight.
Yeah. Let's hope so. By the way, I was very interested to see how Austin Reeves would do last night.
Yep.
I know we touched on that briefly with Alan as well, but last night Portland beat the Lakers in LA 122-108. Austin Reeves coming off the 51-point game here. He had a good game, 41. So the Blazers held him to 41, 14 free throws made, 12 of them. So 41 and 5 assists and 4 rebounds for him, along with 3 steals.
I mean, he's playing good basketball right now.
Yes.
I know that's annoying to hear because, you look at him as you took away 2 great players for the Lakers that make them really go, and you still couldn't hold Austin Reeves to, 41 is bad, but they had 10 times more than that in terms of points. And so, but I think you can't take away the fact that maybe he's off to a hot start.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have to reevaluate what we're thinking of him, but we'll see. We got plenty of time to do that.
We do.
And it is a matter of no Luka, so clearly, there's a lot of shots built into that offense for Luka. Austin Reeves just assumes that role and does kind of what he used to do in college. So good for him, but the Lakers fell last night. So we'll see if the Kings can't get things going in the right direction tonight. Probably not, right? Being honest, it's basketball. I hope so, but there's a challenge these next several games.
It is a challenge, and I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're new to the station, you're hearing me. I'm just guest hosting, filling in here and there, and I'm a pretty optimistic person when it comes to sports, just because I've been in so many markets and covered so many types of teams. And I do get to the point, though, that I'm like, okay, this is just reality. And I understand that you can't always just be like rainbows and butterflies and all that stuff. It is tough to see that they haven't taken advantage of the 3 games that they've played in. They won one. Let's not forget about that. But the other 2 where they probably could have won those games. And now you're like, okay, well, now the real gauntlet begins on the road. And it is hard to just really in your gut say they're going to get this one. And then they can go on and, I know they have the Bulls and that's a gettable game, but then it's what? You got Denver. Then
you got Milwaukee and Denver to wrap up the trip.
Right.
Yeah,
and then Golden State here. So it's tough.
I was watching the Warriors last night. They got it going on.
They do.
Yeah. Draymond got into a thing last night.
Did you see that little dance?
I did. Yeah.
It was kind of funny.
He kind of he pulled down Santi Aldama. And Draymond now, when he flagrantly fouls someone, he tries to catch him and then go, I tried to catch him. So they gave him a flagrant one. And then that seemed to get them going after all that. Because as you say, somebody missed a free throw. Draymond
He's
started dancing. But Kuminga is playing so well.
Yep.
And not just putting up numbers. He's playing within their structure in a way that I don't think he's ever done before. And he's assisting, and he's not forcing things, and he's rebounding. I know a lot of people said, wow, the Warriors, going back to the summer when we were talking about that, as you said, every day.
Yeah.
We didn't know where it was going. A lot of people said, boy, the Warriors have botched this whole thing.
Yep.
And I remember thinking, well, it looks like it, but let's see. Well, if they ended up in a spot where they got Kuminga and he's happy, he's playing well, it's going to end up working out for him.
It is. And Kevin, I was one of those people because I came in September or the beginning of September and heard all this talk about Kuminga possibly coming here. And I think was filling in on Alan Stiles' show one day. I said, even if they keep Kuminga, I think it could be a you-know-what show because he knows that they don't really want him there.
That's what I thought would happen.
And then look at what happens. I give credit to Kuminga, too, for just putting that all aside and putting it behind him and being like, I'm here to win championships. I'm here to win games. I'm going to be a team player. And look what he's doing. So I kind of hats off to Kuminga there.
Yeah. It's funny. I know people don't want to hear us talk about the Warriors a lot. But we are talking about team building with the Kings. What do they have? How do they get more? How long does that take them? The Warriors, going back a couple years, they thought that they were rebuilding for the future with the 2 timeline plan, and that was based on Kuminga and James Wiseman. Well, Kuminga, it looks like, it's early, but wow, it looks like he's figured something out, and they've figured something out, and it's working. James Wiseman was let go by the Pacers yesterday.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And I know I already even kind of heard some Kings people are like, just bring him over here just because we need like a bigger man. And I'm like, yeah, well, you talk about a guy that didn't work out.
Yes. He's already been on 3 teams.
I know.
Yeah.
And that sometimes is what happens, right? Like sometimes you get really, really lucky. The draft is a crazy thing too in terms of luck. And I think Allen addressed this today on his show. Did Oklahoma City get lucky in a lot of ways? In some ways they did with SGA and him being able to become the player he's become. But if you really look at their draft picks, it is kind of half and half.
Yeah, but that's the wisdom of accumulating so many.
Yeah.
And when you just try to, the old way of doing it was, let's have a bad year, we'll get the first pick, and then here we go. But now, it's harder than ever to hit on those picks because the players don't play in college as long and they're younger. So that's the wisdom of, as OKC did, they have accumulated, and they're still in the process of accumulating so many picks. It's just your margin for error gets bigger, and they've pulled it off.
Do you, Kevin, think that we'll see 10 games in or so where the real direction probably is? And again, you don't have Keegan Murray, and I hate that because I don't feel like we have the full sample size of what we could get with some of these closer games that they win or lose. Mm-hmm. But are you kind of a guy that's like, okay, when it's there in terms of just not tanking, but saying our future is going draft and building?
I know you're not supposed to say it, but yeah, I'd be in on tanking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know that word is harsh sometimes.
If you get to that point. Yeah, but it depends on so many things, including with your veteran players. Can you get real value or anything close to value for them? If it gets to that point. We know the Kings, it hasn't gotten to that point yet.
No.
They may not go that way, but that's huge. You don't want to just start giving things away that actually pushes you further back from where you want to get to. I just real quick want to touch on what's going on here in the YouTube chat. Some interesting comments that I think you'll be interested in, Kayla. Campy, first of all, says Reeves was being held back by LeBron and Luka. But Tony Ray Harvey, our buddy, says, KHTK, give Kevin and Jay a raise and keep Kayla permanently.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah, and let's see here. There's more here. Campy, what do we need to talk to? Who do we need to talk to make Kayla permanent?
Oh, you guys are making me feel good on this Tuesday.
Gavin says Kayla's good, Kings are not. So probably a little awkward for you.
Do you want me to play for them too? Would that work? I'm joking.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's
Bantus
so nice of you
Kayla
guys.
for class president, so that's nice.
I was student body president.
Really?
Yeah, so I got the student body going. Does that count for something? I would get that. Well, I was like,
where were you in the pecking order?
I was student body we called it student body social president. So I was in charge of the social part of our school. Okay. Like all the dances and all the fun things. So maybe that still counts.
Was there somebody higher than you?
Yeah, there was my really good friend.
How many heartbeats away were you from ruling the school?
Pretty much, because there was a vice president, just strictly president, vice president, and then social.
Okay.
Yeah, president.
All right.
So 3, 2 away. Not bad.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Where is Kyle Draper from Brian Garcia? Well, he's in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
He's going to join us today at 3:00.
I'm excited to talk to Kyle.
We're excited too, Jay and I, because I'd heard that something like this might happen, but I didn't know it was happening today, Jay, and here it is.
Yes. Yeah, I had an opportunity to talk to Drapes Friday night, and I said, dog, you're coming on the show. I don't care what the powers that be. No, I didn't say that, but we were chopping it up real quick down at the on the floor at the arena. But yeah, good to get one of the drive guys on and talk a little something. Talk about it from OKC.
Yeah, nice. So that's coming up at 3:00. Interesting piece at Sactownsports.com today from our own Brendan Nunes, and he wrote about the Kings have yet to identify what they're good at. And it is only 3 games in, but it's an interesting point. We still don't know yet, and it is painfully early. I realize that. We're not sure what this team does well. We know what they're trying to do well. We know what we think they can do well. We think they can be a really good offensive team. We've seen glimpses of that. We know that they're trying to be a good defensive team. We haven't really seen that yet. Mm-hmm. But to that point, The Ringer today had a piece on what's going on early in the NBA season, and the whole notion of picking up 94 feet and, kind of an NBA version of full court pressing as much as you can. That's really popular throughout the league now. Mm-hmm. So the Kings are stressing that, but a lot of teams are because of the way OKC and Indiana, the success they had with it last year. Now it's something that a lot of teams are looking at. To me, the Kings clearly are committed to that beyond some of the players that are currently on the roster.
Yes. And I think and you're right, though. I heard that actually in a broadcast yesterday, picking up 94 feet. I actually did hear that. So you're correct. It is kind of teams are latching on to that we're going to play this type of defense because this is what wins championships. But I think for the Sacramento Kings right now, what's hard about teaching that and then executing it consistently is you don't have the right exact players to do that every night. Now, one night or two nights, you never know. I mean, we saw what they did against Utah. They played pretty good defense. And I know that Coach Doug Christie liked the effort, and clearly the whole thing at the end with Schroeder was phenomenal, is the reason why they won the game.
Friday night, sure.
But that's unfortunately, I don't think, going to happen consistently enough for them to be winning games with the defensive effort, because you just don't have the right pieces, especially with Keegan Murray not here. That's one big chess piece down.
That's a great point.
So
yeah. And in all fairness to Coach Christie, they did it backwards in a way.
Yeah.
Because the roster, you inherited this roster, and typically, and it takes time, it's like, this is the way we want to play. All right, we're going to get guys that fit that. And they weren't really able to do that much this year. So it's going to be that
in between.
And I say, I was going to say it's going to be a process, but Kings fans, one thing I think you can never, it's really not fair to ask Kings fans or mention the P word in terms of patience.
Nope.
Because they've shown they can be that. But obviously, they're in the
more patience.
This is a process ongoing this year.
Kings fans, I relate to you in life. I'm just going to say that. I relate to you in life. Patience is really hard to have, but I keep on having it.
Yeah.
It's just you got to.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Because you have it, and then all right, so what do I get for that? Sorry.
Yeah.
We thought we were going to have something for you. It's
Nothing.
like you wait for Christmas. We're not having Christmas this year, but next year's going to be great. So can you wait another 365?
And then you're like, okay, I can. And it gets closer and you get excited. And then it's like, nope.
Yeah.
Have more patience.
Yeah. You're like the island of misfit toys.
There it is.
I guess Santa's not coming this year.
I actually loved that.
That's
every
one of
time.
my favorites.
One of my favorites.
That might be about the 12th time that cartoon has been mentioned in the last 3 months.
We're creeping up on it, Jay.
I see you working your way here, brother. I
Creeping
see
up
you.
on it.
We're getting closer.
I guess the storm was too much for them. That's kind of how Kings fans have been. Maybe we're on the right track here.
I think it's just going to take a little bit more time this season to really see what direction they completely go in. But yeah, I think there's pieces that look like it could fit the long term. Let's just start with this last draft class. I mean, especially Nick Clifford. I know he's injured right now, but I think he could be a piece that you're going to love for years to come.
You're right. That's so unfortunate that you don't have him, and you don't have, as you said, you don't have Keegan.
Yeah.
And that happens in the NBA. Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards is out. Guess why? Do you know why? Guess why he's out?
Let me guess. Is it that injury we hear a lot at the beginning of the year?
One.
A hamstring.
There is a hamstring strain epidemic in our country. It's not just the NBA, it's in the NFL.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hammygate is what we'll call it, I guess.
That's what some are calling it.
I mean, that's what I've heard. Dude, I have no idea. What's crazy is I thought that the Kings, the whole well-conditioned thing, they were having a hard camp. I'm almost wondering, did that backfire for somebody like DeMontis and Keegan, or not Keegan Murray, but Nick Clifford? I'm wondering, is that maybe? But you never can figure out these things because it's different in every single place that you go, and you hear about these hamstring injuries, soft tissue issues.
Soft tissue issues.
It's a one thing where I wish we had a scientist on each team that could figure out how to completely nip it in the butt, because it's far too often happening.
The one thing I'll say about the Kings, yes, it's true that some of the injuries all the injuries have been unfortunate, and there's nothing you can do about them. But they lose Keegan, very unfortunate, because they were so thin there. But that's on them. The fact that all summer long, anybody who cared could look at the roster and say, wow, they really don't have much going on in the front court.
The depth.
And that's how they went into the season. And then one of your guys gets hurt, and all of a sudden, wow, we're really small and we're short-handed. So,
like you said, fun size.
Yeah.
You know?
And I guess they were, according to what's been reported, they were trying to maybe move a guard and maybe bring it. They were waiting a long time on the Kuminga thing.
Yeah.
And they knew that was going to take up to October, and they were waiting there to see if anything, fell out of the tree, and it didn't. So I think that kind of kept them on the sidelines. There was a lot of things they didn't want to do because, we're going to see if anything shakes loose here. It didn't, unfortunately, because he's great right now. I said it.
You would love to have him here right now, I'm sure. But I think it was like a rock and hard place for them. And again, we don't know exactly what deals they were talking about, or if they were just like, we're not worried about the depth at this position, which I think is hard to believe that. I'm sorry, I'm not a GM, I'm not a coach, but I could look at that spot and say, yeah, that scares me a little bit. That you don't have a backup plan, or just in terms of the depth is just not there. And now you're seeing it to start the season. And you're right, you have a much smaller lineup because of it. So, but it's hard to believe that they weren't trying to figure something out. It's just, what could you have done if you weren't getting other
obviously
offers?
knew they recognized that as well. As far as James Wiseman, and I've heard no indication that the Kings have any interest in that. You know, obviously a lot of us as fans, we look at it and go, hey, maybe something there. I'll tell you, from seeing a lot of him when he came into the league, I would not be interested. Very smart guy. I think he speaks Chinese and has a little bit of skill as far as shooting the ball. Just a really poor defender. But so if it were up to me, I'd say, yeah, no thanks. No. But I'm wondering, you, Jay, any thoughts on whether you'd have any interest in
if you're watching, I am Xing out. I don't want another piece here.
I thought that was like a cross, like for a vampire.
Stay away or X out. Yeah, either or. I just think, how many pieces have we seen added or that are here already that they're just trying to make work now? They're just trying to make work and find flow. I know the depth part, I get that, guys, but again, the defensive side of things, why would we want to bring someone like that just because we need some height?
Yes, I'm with you. That's the last thing you need, is a defender, a poor defender in the front court. So that's not going to help. He is young, but I hope James Wiseman is able to hook on somewhere.
And he will.
Yeah.
He will.
He's one of those players, in my opinion, who kind of got caught up in the COVID wash. Trey Lance, I think there was some of that for him. So not only did you have guys who they didn't get to play as much as they would have in college, so they don't develop the way they would have, and then also teams are picking them without really having the body of work telling them whether they should or not.
You nailed it on the head, Kevin, because the year I was with the Titans that year when they drafted, that draft class, they're gone. And they didn't really even last 3 seasons there because you just couldn't evaluate them properly.
Just guessing,
you didn't have the time to play, like you were saying. I truly do feel like that does go into some of that with those COVID guys. Yeah. 100%.
I was working when he came into the NBA. I was working in the Bay Area, and one of the questions I used to ask people back then in 2020, whatever, is who's going to be the bigger star? James Wiseman, Joey Bart, or Trey Lance? And at the time, I was like, oh, that's a good one. And now here we are.
Now look at it.
Yeah.
That's
Joey
wild.
Bart's probably had the best career, although Trey Lance, you can't give up on him. So
they're still trying to give him chances of backup places.
Yeah.
So
hope things work out for James Wiseman. When we come back, we'll take a look at the most un-49er-like number from Sunday's loss to the Texans, and some interesting things going on roster-wise for the Niners today. Don't forget Kyle Draper today at 3 o'clock. It's a drive, guys. Kayla's with us today, Sactown Sports.
No, Charlie. That's why I'm a misfit toy. My name is all wrong. No child wants to play with a Charlie in the box, so I had to come here.
Where? You're listening to Whitey and Drapes, the Drive Guys, live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Lob ball. George went up and caught
the ball. Touchdown! The 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley's support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents it's local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, For the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I'm a plumber and needed to get work in the door.
So business was going down the drain?
Yeah, I went to Staples. They printed yard signs, business cards, even flyers to leave at supply stores.
But at what cost, man?
Well, I saved $125 on my order, and now I'm booked solid. Boom!
Back at ya. For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online until 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Amateur players will be pleased to know that the USGA doesn't object to a friendly bet with your weekend foursome. Friendly bets include soft drinks after the round, hot dogs at the turn, or even a $2 Nassau, one of the most widely used bets in golf. It takes its name from the Nassau County Country Club of Glen Cove, Long Island, one of the many clubs frequented by the well-to-do in the late 19th century. As the story goes, matches between these clubs were often reported in the local newspapers, sometimes to the embarrassment of wealthy industrialists coming out the loser. The Nassau captain J.B. Coles Tappan then devised a format where the worst possible result could not be reported as anything more than a 3-0 defeat. In a Nassau, 3 equal wagers are placed on the first 9, the second 9, and 18-hole total. A $2 Nassau is sometimes referred to as a 2-2-2 bet. Some play better with a bet to keep their attention, others are nervous at the thought of losing. Whatever your choice, golf is a game, have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Ready to pregame for your next big arena event? Head to Beach Hut Deli, a Sacramento tradition for over 40 years where aloha is served daily. Located just steps from the arena, whether it's game day or a concert night, it's the perfect spot to gather with friends and enjoy amazing sandwiches. Planning a bigger get-together? Beach Hut Deli offers endless catering options to bring those fresh, delicious flavors to your next party or event. Beach Hut Deli. Good vibes, great food, and epic times await.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbfstockton.com. That's mbfstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
The statewide special election is November 4th. All registered voters will receive their ballot in the mail. Check to make sure you're registered correctly at elections.saccounty.gov or call toll-free 800-762-8019.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Game day. Kings taking on the OKC Thunder at 3 o'clock. Kyle Draper is going to join us from Oklahoma City. Kayla with us today. Kayla, Jay, and Whitey Gleason. By the way, the Thunder are one of the few teams, according to Draymond Green, who are actual contenders. Draymond Green on the Draymond Green Show says Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Thunder, only real contenders in the West.
Leave it to him. I mean, he's not wrong right now, I guess.
Leaving off, I'm trying to think, well, who did he leave off? Minnesota? I mean,
But he said real.
Yes. Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Thunder.
Rockets was the one that I first started about. I was like,
there you go.
Maybe the Rockets. They're still trying to get together, figure each other out.
Yeah.
Because Draymond's saying that. He's trying to take a shot at somebody. It's like, boy, who is it?
Of course he is.
Oh, okay. His old buddy KD.
Oh, you
there
know
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
You know, he probably sent it to him as well, too.
For sure. Yeah.
Although
Okay.
they are off to a little bit of a, if you can be off to a rough start this early, the Rockets are.
They don't have a point guard either, really. A true, Van Vliet is injured.
We could send them Malik Monk if they have something,
Well, let's slow down before we offer Malik Monk. We can send them a point guard. How about that?
Wait a second.
I want to send them somebody of value so I can hopefully get somebody of value back. I'm not just trying to get rid of Malik, but I'm hoping, hey. Send a veteran out, clear up a spot for younger guard, maybe bring in a young front court player. I like it, Jay. I like it.
No, I hear where you're going. I just didn't want you to put your name on the name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Hey, a point guard. How about that? And we can discuss the position and someone, a ball handler, and then we'll talk about what you want to send our way.
Also, because I want Malik to go somewhere where he can play some point, because I feel in some ways the Kings kind of did him wrong on that front. He played well as a point guard, as a backup point guard, and then the Kings said, we didn't have a real point guard. You know what I'm saying, Jay?
Yeah, no, I definitely understand what you're saying. It's a win-win when it's really all said and done. Malik would go that way and really get to show and prove what he probably was doing for us in a small vacuum, but also in a season that was just wasn't right. We weren't on the proper pace, and we were all trying to figure it out. And then he got hurt at the end of the year too. So I'm with you. I just don't want to see Malik go. I'm a Malik Monk guy. I truly believe what he does and what he brings to this team, which is the sixth man off the bench, is pretty much second to none in the NBA. Now, we know Pritchard won last year. My boy Malik got robbed the year before with Naz Reid, but I consistently say he's a top 5 guy in the six-man role. And that's tough to find, especially when you have a lot of unanswered questions on a roster. I think he is one of the guys. At the end of the game, he's going to give you buckets. You also know he's going to bring passion. He's not going to be, he's not going to close his mouth when things need to be said. And I just think he does. He plays his role at a high level. So I get what you're saying. You want to show him some love because he showed us some love. But I'd be willing to part with someone else, Mr. Gleason.
Yes,
I got where Jay was going with that, and I'm with Jay. I've just seen him for a little bit here playing, but I really like him, and I like him. I like the fit here with him too. Like you said, though, maybe didn't give him as many opportunities up to this point as being an actual point guard. I actually realized he is also the pizza man here, the pizza guy.
Pizza guy, yeah.
Yeah, I realized that was a thing here too.
Yes,
so I'm
that
learning
was a big deal last year. This is only his second year as a pizza guy.
Yeah.
He was a pizza guy rookie last year. So
right.
This year,
Look at that.
And he is, as Jay says, he's been part of the leadership of the team. He's been, kind of the heart and soul in some ways of the Beam team. And this year, in addition, they're still sorting that out with different people on the team now, but he has been lights out from the 3-point line.
Yes, he has.
So far.
He has the second best shooting percentage in the league right now from 3.
Yeah. He's a whole different player when he's doing that.
Yeah.
He's a good player otherwise, but if he's going to shoot anything close to that this year, woo!
Keep it going. Let's go. Keep going. Like you said, we'll make those decisions later, but
Yeah. And Jay, just to be clear,
yes, sir.
I would only want to send him out if I could get some young front court help, significant help.
Who would that be? Would that be Tari Eason, or who are you looking for?
Tari Eason, maybe.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
like
I got
that.
you.
Yeah.
I mean, Tari Eason, maybe like a Josh Okogie or something together, but I hear what you're saying. On one side of the fence, you want to do what is right for Malik, which is give him an opportunity to maybe be a starting point guard or
on a good team.
On a good team, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. A playoff-driven team, but also at the same time, it's kind of one of those things. I'm be a little selfish here. I want to keep Malik here as long as possible. We know his name was tossed around throughout the summer many times. It sounded like Malik had a conversation with Scott Perry. Scott Perry approached him and told him what the move was. So it seemed like everybody was on a good playing field, and Malik even purchased him a house, baby.
Yeah.
So,
That's
even if he leaves, he's always going to be part of the kingdom.
That's right. That's right. As far as the 49ers go, 49ers, I think you could say maybe got a little bit of a boost, maybe from the Chiefs last night, if you consider Washington, a team that could be competing for one of those playoff spots in the NFC. Right now, I know it doesn't look like it, especially when Marcus Mariota's playing quarterback for him.
I know.
But, yeah.
Tough night for him.
Yeah. But the 49ers have other things going on. For one thing, how about this? This is the most 49er-like number from Sunday's loss to the Texans from The Athletic. Time of possession, 18 minutes, 39 seconds. Lowest of any game in the Shanahan era, and the second lowest for the 49er franchise since 2000, 18:39 time of possession.
That right there is a number that I would seriously have to go back and check my notes if I was reporting on that game, because I'd be like, nope, this was a typo. I wrote this wrong.
Yeah.
But that was the number when it was all said and done, and that had to have ruined Shanahan's week, just to know that he prides himself on, plays and time of possession. Yeah. And that was completely his old, teammate as
Houston
a coach there.
Out 49er the 49ers. Yeah.
DeMeco Ryans did exactly that. And with the team that I think we can all say with Houston, we know they have a good defense, but we really don't know what that offense is this year. And so it was kind of hard pill to swallow when they really lost it, probably in a big way because of that first half in general. The time of possession was already so wonky.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud looked great, but he's probably faced more pressure in 7-on-7 drills.
Yeah, because look at what the Niners are down to on the line. And you're going to talk about another injury that they just can't get a break up front.
Yeah,
they really can't.
This is really interesting, given everything going on with the 49ers front. Today, they lost a guy who was one of their top 2 edge rushers on Sunday, Travis Gibson. Now, he's been on the practice squad.
Yeah.
And as Kayla pointed out, he was with Seattle, right?
Yeah.
And the 49ers picked him up in August for depth. And with all the injuries they've had, it's a good thing they've had him around. But he's been on the practice squad, and there's limits to how many times you can bring a guy up from the practice squad. So they had run out of promotions, so they had to either sign him, the 49ers did, to a contract to keep him on the regular roster, or he could be gone. And the Panthers swooped in, and he's gone, Jay.
Yeah, he played
Carolina Panthers took him.
4 times this season, suited up for the 49ers. And 49er fans, if you don't remember him, he was number 56. He's technically a linebacker, but he's one of those rushing linebackers. And so he had a few good moments for the 49ers. And when I say a few, maybe 2 handfuls, not a handful.
Recovered a fumble?
He did a few things. Yeah, he looked decent coming off the edge. And so 49ers is part of the game, right? When you play the business, you have to play the business properly.
Yeah.
The fallout when the dust settles now becomes 3 defensive ends on this team. So the 49ers already have worked out 3 guys today, one of those guys being Clelin Ferrell, who you can remember, right? And Kingston Albert, and I can't remember the third person. I'll look that up real fast. But they have to sign someone. They literally have 3 defensive ends that can play this weekend. That is – I don't think I've ever heard that.
No, based on something that Tim Kawakami tweeted, I believe the 49ers, they wanted to leave a roster spot open for Yetur Gross-Matos.
Right.
But he wasn't ready.
No, he's not ready.
So they got kind of caught in between on Travis Gibson.
Yep.
But
they should have signed him, though.
Yeah, they should have.
I mean, it was chump change, right? I mean, you can always let him go if you feel like you have something better. Andrew Farmer, according to Aaron Wilson, friend of the show, who was on the show last week, was the third guy. So Clelin Ferrell, Kingsley Johnson, and Andrew Farmer brought back in.
Okay. All right, yeah. And it's possible that this move, or actually lack of a move, would set them up to make a trade with the deadline coming up. But,
I know, Jay, I'm going to bring this up just because I want to get your reaction again. Because I remember when you brought up Arden Key, former 49er, who went to the Titans and has been there for the past few seasons. He was with the Jags before that. But it's already funny. I was reading a Titans blog, and they were saying that the obvious fit because they're trading him. They traded Roger McCreary yesterday. I think they're going to trade Arden Key next. The obvious landing spot was the San Francisco 49ers. That was like the whole article about that.
Yeah.
Bring him over.
Yeah, at this
Bring him
point,
back home.
I mean,
I guess what's the worst you could do?
Can you suit up?
Sure.
Okay. Well,
I got to get on an eating plan this next week.
Yep.
But we can do it.
No problem. We can
till
get
Sunday.
We can get you down to Santa Clara. Let me make a few phone calls and text you. We'll get you some cleats, your type of cleats in-house.
Perfect.
Let me know your number, and we'll try to get you out there because at this point, that's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
Three defensive ends. Someone's going to be signed. I also saw this today, too, which was interesting is don't forget the 49ers are paying the Gravedigger, Javon Hargrave.
Yeah.
They're paying Eric Armstead.
Don't say D Ford.
And they're paying Leonard Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
Still this year as well.
Yeah.
I consistently go back to this, and I know this hurts a lot of people's feelings in Sacramento because Eric Armstead is from here. Nothing against him. No disrespect to him. He's having a great career. He's made a lot of money, and continued success. Stay off the IR, Eric Armstead. I go back to the defensive end lines issues for this team. When they had to make a decision between Eric Armstead and D Ford was the pick. I never understood why they went with Eric Armstead. He was hurt too much.
It was Quinn Buckner, wasn't it?
What do you mean?
That didn't they keep? I know they're not the same position, but Quinn Buckner's the one that they let go, and they kept Eric Armstead.
Well, yeah, but they traded D Ford though. Excuse me, Quinn Buckner. You're right. Excuse me. What am I talking about? D Ford. Quinn Buckner. You're right. Yeah. You said D Ford in my mind, and I'm sitting there thinking, yes, Quinn Buckner. That was the one.
Right.
That was the pick right there.
Yeah.
You gotta. I mean, they're both from Oregon. I understand that, but you had to go QB. He's just been a renaissance for the Colts over there.
And that was because then they drafted the guy. And speaking of forgetting names, he played for the Commanders last night. The guy that they drafted, and then he got hurt.
Stanford? No, not Stanford. That's
Isn't this great, Kayla?
I'm trying to pick up on this whole thing.
Defensive D tackle.
Anyway,
Javon Kinlaw.
Thank you.
Oh, Kinlaw.
That's it exactly, Jay. Thank you.
Kinlaw.
Good save.
Yeah.
He played last night.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but
he's been serviceable.
They thought, oh, look. Yeah, we keep Armstead. We got Javon Kinlaw.
Right.
He can do most of what Buckner did. It'll be cheaper, and obviously.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
That's
the
the one.
49ers thinking, right?
Yeah.
We're smarter than everybody else.
Usually they are, though.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
I'll give them that. We'll come back with more on that. More on the Kings. Also, an epic World Series game featured some stupid managing. Next on Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your home with a home equity line of credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash offer in minutes. That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash you can get. No stress, no waiting. Just smart, local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game and high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. Offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
What's this about Kyle Draper being on the show today? It's true.
Soon.
3 o'clock, yes. From Oklahoma City, Kyle Draper, and he's gonna be dropping in, right, Jay? As he said he would.
Yeah, he said it, and it happened.
Yeah, the day he left us in tears as he walked away, he said, "Don't worry, I'll be back."
I'll be back. And you never know sometimes nowadays. Like, people say they're going to be back, and sometimes they're not. So when somebody says they're going to be back and they're back,
yes,
that's a good feeling.
That's coming up at 3 o'clock today. Have to ask Jay what he thought of the baseball game last night. I did not stay up for the whole thing. Did anybody here stay up for the whole thing?
Not the whole thing. You did,
Good
Jay?
for you.
You guys didn't watch the whole game?
I fell asleep. I was watching it in my room. I'm so old.
I think 13th or 14th, I tapped out.
14th for me.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
You guys did not watch the whole tilt.
I did not.
No. I was trying to.
You're
I'm
a night
disappointed.
owl.
I'm disappointed.
I know, Jay. I am really, really proud of you. That's impressive.
I'm be honest. I'm disappointed. I truly am disappointed in both of you.
I'm disappointed in myself now.
How in the heck did y'all not watch the whole game?
I didn't mean to because but I should have known better. The minute that I got into bed and then watched it, that was right there. I should have said, "No, Kayla, you sit downstairs and you pry your eyes open."
Mm-hmm.
What time did you go to bed, man?
What time did I go to bed?
10:30?
Yeah, 10:30, 10:45.
That's what time you guys go to bed normally?
No, Jay, you don't want to know. I go to bed at 9 usually.
Oh yeah, y'all, man, come on, man. Y'all still y'all still throwing out the newspaper at 4 in the morning, huh?
Seriously.
I didn't want to stay for the whole thing, but another part of that is I did not want to stay up all night and then watch
the Dodgers win.
Yes, and good for them. Tip of the cap.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It
who's
was
that announcer every time something happens, he goes like that?
Joe Davis.
Joe Davis.
Yeah, that's it.
There's a run in center field.
That's exactly how he does
I will say this. It was a great pitched ball game by the bullpen and the guys that came in.
Yeah.
I had said this too, though. I thought the Blue Jays missed a lot of straight, flat fastballs. The moment probably got to them for whatever reason, but there was some good pitches that they were offering at, and they were just not even – I mean, you can tell when, we've all heard it in baseball, you're on it. You know, a good swing. Some of their swings were just bad.
Yeah.
It was ugly. It's like, oh, man. You could tell that sphincter was getting tight. It really was.
I think that applied to their manager. I really do. Some of the decisions he made. When Springer got hurt, obviously you got to replace him. But when they took out Barger for a pinch runner in the 8th,
okay,
yeah,
the game's not over yet, and I think there was a runner on first. They put in Strong, then they took out Kirk.
which is crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
catcher.
it's like, that's a guy I would never take out.
Not right
with you.
And
now.
he was on first base. Now, if he's on second or something, maybe, but on first base, a pinch runner, that's
Yeah.
probably not going to have any impact on the game, and then you're without him.
Yeah.
I thought those two
Probably
moves were
one of your best bats.
over-managing.
Yeah.
And now, it might not
That's-
have mattered,
that's it right
but it
there.
might have.
It's over managing. I think that is a real thing, especially in baseball and in critical moments like that where your butt cheeks come together.
You
because
just reduce your team's
yeah,
chances of winning.
It really did. And like you guys were saying about Kirk, unfortunately, I had to watch him a lot in that series against Seattle. I was screaming at the TV every time because he looks so unathletic when he runs. And
Right.
you're like, who is this guy?
Yes.
I mean, he's really, other than George Springer and Vladdy, he's really a big part of the
And he's
heart
got
and
that
soul.
look.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Who's that? Ohtani? I'll throw
Doesn't
him
matter.
out. I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
had it his whole life. People saying, you can't play.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to show you.
I'm
Yeah.
with
But anyway,
I'm with you. Over managing that. They overthought it.
I guess you have to give
John
the
Snyder
Dodgers
did.
some credit. What about the weird play where they thought it was it Varsha thought it was ball 4, and then the Bichette? Did you see that, Jay?
As before I watched.
Okay, did you hear what
I've
happened?
heard it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard it, but
Just
I didn't see it live.
bizarre, and I guess the bottom line is, all right, yeah, the umpire home plate up, made a late call, but if you're on first base before you go to second, you got to make sure.
You better make sure.
Yep.
Yeah, you better make sure.
Ball 4.
That come on, knowing outs has been one of the rules of Little League.
Right.
You got to
Yeah.
know how many times your coach scream over what's going on.
But it was weird because the hitter thought he walked and the
True.
pitch was high.
Right.
And he starts to go, and then the umpire calls strike. Then the runner starts to go again because he thinks I walked.
Right.
And then so Bichette's like, all right. And he goes to second and they
Yeah,
take
but
him off.
you got to know the
No, you're
count.
right.
You have to know the outs. You have to know what's going on. That's one thing about baseball. It's about all sports. Mentally, you got to be in it. But it is a little weird when everybody is kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, what's going,
Right.
So I will give them that. But I think if there's anything, if you're in front of what everybody else is doing, you're a part of the action, then you won't have to question it.
Yeah.
Once you get to certain spots in the field, you have to know what you're doing, right? And that's one of the things, again, going back to Little League. If we played any type of baseball, you would know.
Right.
Coach would say, know what you're doing before the ball comes to you. Know what the ball, what you're doing within the situation and what you're playing on the field at the
It did
moment,
look
too.
like Little League. That was something you'd see in Little
Yes.
League. The ball?
Yes, confused.
Can I go to second?
Right.
Yep.
So what do you think, Kayla? Should the Jays intentionally walk Ohtani every time?
No.
And if they do,
Man, I hate
do we
seeing
have
it.
to get rid of the intentional walk?
I know, and I hate seeing it because I get it. He was 4 for 4. Did he have 2 home runs in that one?
He
Yes,
reached
he had
base
2
9 times.
I mean, it's insanity. But it's like then every time he comes up, then you're like, oh, yep, they're walking him. It takes away the excitement a little bit. But I get it in a way.
Yeah.
But it's hard to see.
But
it's hard
baseball.
to watch.
Yeah, I know
it
some
is.
people have said, "Oh, you have to do away with the intentional walk." The intentional walk's been around
It's
a long
been a long time.
Yeah, you don't get rid of
You
that.
can't get rid of it.
that. If I'm Dave Roberts, I would think about moving him down in the order,
Okay.
increasing the chances that when he comes up, at least
Yeah.
the first time, there's people on base, making it more punitive to walk him.
Mhm.
Maybe I would do that. Otherwise, I mean, Jay, walking him every time?
I wouldn't have did it. It's too
Every
much
time?
respect. Too much
Right?
respect. Look,
Thank you.
One of the things, and I could be wrong.
Thank you.
Yes, I could. I could be wrong in the form of this. And I'll go back. Whitey, we were here on the West Coast to see Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
And I always used to say, man, too much respect to him too.
They walked Barry
Challenge
with the
him.
bases loaded.
I know that's
intentionally
ridiculous.
one time.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's too much. And I get it. A lot of people talked about, well, you're walking Ohtani to get the Mookie Betts, and that shows how great Ohtani is. No, I think we're just living in the moment. I truly do.
Yeah.
And then the other part about it is if you watch Mookie Betts, you know he's struggled all year. This has just not been his year.
Nope.
So don't show him no disrespect in that form as well. The other part of it is just what you said. I agree. I might not be as far as, to one side that you are where overcoaching, but there is something to be said when you got to challenge somebody sometime. It was too many opportunities when Ohtani would come on and, the last time he came around, it's like, well, if you got, what was my guy, call out, if you got call out, would you, and John Smoltz was talking about this, if you got call out to end the inning, would you pitch to Ohtani, him starting the inning, but it didn't work out that way. I just thought the Blue Jays put themselves in situations that were a little more tougher to get out of than the Dodgers. Albeit the Dodgers hit the ball, got on base. The Blue Jays didn't have a hit for like 6 innings or whatever it was, but it was too much respect. I'm with you. I'm really with you.
Yeah.
But I get it. People go, well, he's Ohtani. Yeah, but you also have Betts and Freeman and all these other guys.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna hit it, so do what you got to do.
Yeah. In the old days, if you told, I don't know, Bob Gibson or somebody to walk him, say, I'm just going to plunk him.
That right?
Yeah.
I think too with the situation, it's gonna be tough for the Blue Jays now because I don't think Bo Bichette is 100% by any means.
No, he's not.
George Springer has been beat up for the whole postseason, but now he's got like an oblique, and let's just admit it, like he's a big part of the team. I just think they're in a little bit of a sticky situation now.
Yeah, and that's a tough one for a team that hasn't been in the World Series so long to come back from tonight.
Mm-hmm.
The way they win is they hit home runs.
Yep.
And you could see the way the game was going is you were going to have to manufacture a run. I truly, and this is just my opinion, of course, the only person in that Blue Jays lineup who looked like they were in command of the batter's box was Vlad. And you could see the way the Dodgers pitched him.
When you got Schneider
Absolutely.
thrown out.
Come on. They were starting him off with curveballs every single time.
Yep.
He was beating the curveball into the ground, but you could see the fastball. They were definitely working around the zone. Everybody else, and even Smoltz talked about it. When Klein came in. Klein was throwing the ball right down. It was almost like high school.
Yeah.
Just throw a fastball right down the middle. And the Blue Jays kept missing it and missing it and missing it. And when Vlad got up, a hook, fastball low, a hook, fastball in, fastball. They were scared of only Vlad. Everybody else they challenged.
Yep.
And nobody else stepped up to the plate.
Well, if the Dodgers do win it, 2 in a row is quite significant. I'll give him that. But the Jays squandered opportunity after opportunity last night.
Sounds like the Kings in their first 3 games.
It does. There are some similarities. Thanks for pointing that out.
Sorry.
That's all right. We're going to catch up with Kyle Draper from Oklahoma City. Next, Kyle Draper returns. The LeBron James of the station returns to the Drive Guys next on Sactown Sports.
The Mercedes man. The Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com to join.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
At Bank of America, we asked our teammates, what makes this company a great place to work?
There's very little that you can't accomplish working for Bank of America.
If you prove yourself, you can try over in a totally new way.
You can learn so much here. You're the owner of your career.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
This 49ers Red Zone Report is being brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Here's the snap to Jones, looking over the middle, lofts it into the end zone. George Kittle reaching back with one hand. Two defenders on top of him. George Kittle celebrates National Tight End Day. Play fake, Jones boots, throws on the run, reaching up, Tonjes makes the catch at the goal line. Touchdown, 49ers.
National Tight End Day, and that was the QB choice right there.
Ready, set, win big. When the 49ers win, you score. With 49% off any large pizza, only at Mountain Mike's Pizza. Celebrate every game day with your favorites from our legendary crispy, curly pepperoni, bold sauced up wings, garlic butter drenched sides, and gooey sweet desserts, all hot, fresh, and built for a Niners victory. Download the Mountain Mike's app, join Mountain Rewards, and turn every Niners win into a pizza party. Let's go Niners. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Time now for your Sactown 49ers report, brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. San Francisco loses in Houston on Sunday, 26-15, to fall to 5-3 on the year. The Niners played again without Brock Purdy, and they struggled offensively to score early, going down 13-0. The Niners are back in action on Sunday morning in New York. You can catch all the action beginning at 9 a.m. right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sactown Sports.
Sometimes I'm like, I got to be my game with Jay,
Yeah, yes.
And I had a feeling, though, he was a Twix guy.
If he didn't go there, I was gonna. But Snickers it
you
is. Thank you.
Much respect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Can I bring it into him?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You take your time. You're good. You're good.
Is LeBron ready?
LeBron is ready.
All right. We welcome back to the show, and he promised he'd be back when he left us in tears weeks ago from OKC. It's Kyle Draper. Drapes, what's up?
Can you hear me, first of all? Can you hear me? Of
course we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
I'm disappointed in Kayla, first of all. Let me start right there. She got that dollar store candy that she brought in. Where's the Kit Kats? Where's the Hershey bars? Nobody wants no Mounds, no Twix. Come on, Kayla. You got to do better than that, big
Wait,
fella.
you
Come
like
on
Hershey?
now.
You like Hershey with almonds?
No almonds. You can't do the almonds.
No almonds.
Ruins it.
Okay.
Think about it. If you're going to eat candy, why would you add something healthy in it like
That's
almonds? True. No thanks.
Like Raisinets?
Right. Exactly.
Like, what is that?
Drapes is
Next
in
time, bring a Kit Kat, though. How
Okay,
about that?
I got
bring
you.
A Kit Kat next
I got
time.
you.
Mid-season form. He hasn't been on in weeks, and the first thing he does is, I got to go after Kayla for
Right, come on,
candy
man.
selection. That's Drapes. That's how he rolls.
I know you miss it, man. I know you miss it. What's going on, guys? Just so you know,
yes.
I'm in the dungeon here in San Francisco.
Oh.
I'm not in Oklahoma City. I'm in the dungeon here in San Francisco, the closet, the coat closet, if you will. So,
Gotcha. Getting ready for pregame tonight. By the way, great call Friday.
Yeah.
Nicely done. What do you think of this early? Yeah. What do you think of this early season so far, Drapes?
You know what? And people might think I'm crazy and I'm being a homer. I feel like they've looked better than I thought, to be honest with you. Zach is playing at a high level right now. I think Dennis Schroeder is doing what we expected him to do. I look at DeMar DeRozan.
What do we got, Jay? Yeah, sorry about that. We lost.
Come on, Draper, man. What's going on here, man? You might need to go outside because it sounds like you in a submarine. See, in the airplane. Yeah, he's in the airplane. I don't know what's going on.
Sorry about that. We'll see if we can't reconfigure our audio for Kyle Draper. His monumental return to the show Sorry about that, Kaylee. Came out firing.
No, I respect it.
And you were his target. So,
because what's funny is...
or your candy was.
Not everybody has the right candy choices. But I remember, Jane, you talking about Mounds and Almond Joys yesterday. And so I thought, what's the complete opposite of that? In terms of the selections. But they only had certain things in king size, guys, so that limited my opportunities. So...
Yeah, we'll see if we can't get Kyle back on. Let me know.
He better get that Wi-Fi together. I tell you what, man. I don't know if all of a sudden he jumped off the Drive Guys, and now we've been giving him that high fly Wi-Fi. He don't even have it no more. Look, he's on and off again.
We'll get back to Drapes as soon as we can here. We were having the discussion yesterday, right, about king size versus fun size for the candy bars. And I know we're going to talk about the Kings in that regard if we can get to it here with things going on with Drapes. But I saw this on Reddit. I'm a big candy fan, and I've found that, in my opinion, the chocolate to insides ratio on a fun size bar is significantly better. I would rather have 2 fun size bars over 1 king any day.
Man, come on.
Drapes, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That is a Reddit voice to a T.
Right. Who said that, man? Was that Amadrock? Was that Compio? Like, who would say such a thing? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, goodness.
I will say this, though, regarding the fun-size candy bars.
Yeah.
Those are more fun to actually eat. There's a reason why they're called fun size, because then you could just pop them in your mouth.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Tic Tacs, basically. And so, I ran through the whole bag of Kit Kats at home because it was the fun size.
Exactly.
If I had 10 regular size ones, it'd take me a while to get through. But the fun size, you could just pop in.
See?
I guess.
That's what I do, too, because I think it's healthier because I'm just popping in a few, and then it's way more.
Drapes, Russell Westbrook's been popping in a few so far, hasn't he?
Oh, my gosh. That's hilarious. You know what? He's actually played pretty well.
Yes.
I mean, the thing about Russ, he was brought here for energy. He was brought here for tough.
Oh, Jay.
Marketing in them.
Yeah.
He's providing that spark. We just haven't won games, guys. I don't think we played terribly, to be honest with you. Against the Lakers, I didn't think we played terribly. We made Austin Reeves look like prime Kobe, but other than that, and so the problem is those are the games that you got to win, right? You got to beat the Phoenix. You got to beat a Lakers team that's shorthanded with no LeBron in Utah, because the schedule doesn't do you any favors. And so, yeah, it hurts. It hurts to lose that game the other night.
Kyle Draper with us, and Drapes, obviously you touched on this on post-game, but how about the free throw disparity Sunday night?
Unbelievable, man. And I echo what Doug Christie said. You can't win a basketball game when a team shoots 46 and you only shoot 18. And I understand the Kings were fouling a lot of, but so were the Lakers. Like, that kind of discrepancy for Austin Reeves to have more free throws than the Kings as an entire team. And I said it on the post game. It's like watching D Wade back against Dallas in 06 when he would get to the line 20. Austin Reeves is a good player, but man, he gets the benefit of the whistle. I thought he was selling a number of those calls. I thought he was baiting, trying to draw those fouls, and the officials rewarded him. I thought that was a push off on Schroeder at the end. I don't know how you guys felt about that one, but I thought, the ref's not going to make that call, which is upsetting. But yeah, man, it was disappointing. It didn't have Austin Reeves come back and drop 41 last night. Shows you, I mean, the dude is nice. And I don't know how, and I said it during the pregame, one of my keys was no LeBron, no Luka. You still got to show up. And I thought it took the Kings a while to show up. And then by that time, Austin Reeves got it going on.
Draper, when it comes to, you speak of they didn't have those 2 key pieces, and one of the key pieces for Oklahoma City is clearly Chet Holmgren, and he's not going to be in the lineup tonight dealing with some back issues. How can they take advantage of that?
Well, when you look at it, the thing about Chet is he's a 7-footer that can play inside and outside. And so when you take him out of the starting lineup, it plays into the Kings' hands because we don't have a whole lot of depth at that big position. It'll be interesting to see who Doug starts out there at the 4 spot. Does he go back with Keon Ellis once again in that starting lineup? DeMar at the 4. I think it's a more evenly matched for us defensively, not having to guard Chet Holmgren. And also it helps us out on the glass as well. With that being said, I honestly wouldn't mind in the lineup because now who's he going to defend on the other end? Is he going to guard DeMar DeRozan on the other end? And so now OKC has the luxury of going small and sort of matching up with us. And so, the thing I worry about OKC, and we know they have talent with SGA and all their guys, but it's their style of play. They beat us by 16 or more in each of the 3 games, I think it is, last season. And so they're a well-oiled machine. They know who they are. It could be their bottom 5 guys. Remember last year, Whitey, Aaron Wiggins went off for a career high, 42, I think it was. And so it's not even about their personnel. It's about just who they are, their identity. They walk in with a chip on their shoulder, some swagger that I think we'll have to match tonight.
Kyle Draper's back with us, and all is right in the Drive Guys world. But I want to ask you what you think of your guy. We know he's your guy. And he was your guy before he was anybody else's guy.
Yes.
Dennis Schroeder.
I think he's been fantastic, Whitey. I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know how much you guys have talked about him. But he had a double-double last game. And I think in all 3 games, he sort of, forced a turnover, whether it's an 8-second violation, whether it's a backcourt violation, whether it's an offense. Like, he's doing some of the little things. I think he's been fantastic. And I was watching the game the other day, and to me, it seems like we have the pecking order now. And I know Keegan's not out there, but Zach LaVine's our top scorer. DeMar is our second. Dennis could be our 3rd scoring option, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. We got to see what happens to Keegan Murray when he comes back, but I'll keep it real with you. I need to see my boy Domantas Sabonis get into a groove, right? He hasn't really gotten into his flow just yet. Where does he fit in? Do we need to look at him more as a scoring option, call more plays for him? So I still think we're trying to figure it all out, but I thought Dennis has been fantastic so far.
On the note of that, I'm glad you brought that up, Drapes, because that has been a question the past few games. And I know he did not play in that first game in terms of Sabonis, but 13 assists, I think I read from Matt George in 5 games so far this season. And a lot of people wondering, are they not really playing through him as much? Is that going to change? What do you feel? Is the hammy 100%?
From what I see, the hammy is not 100%. It looked like he was laboring the other day against the Lakers. So I'm going to give him some grace for that. But when you think about it, Kayla, Whitey, and Jay, this is the first time in Sacramento that Domantas Sabonis is playing with a true point guard. I'm not calling De'Aaron Fox a true point guard. He's more of a scoring point guard, a finisher. He's not setting everybody up. The ball is in Dennis Schroeder's hands a lot. What I'd like to see happen is a little more 2-man game with Schroeder and Domantas Sabonis. Get the big fella dive into the basket instead of always popping out for that 3 ball. I would like to see Domas get his hands on the ball. I'm not worried about his assist numbers, really, because that's the old Domas. That's the Mike Brown Domas. So when you point that out, that's not who he is when you have a point guard. And so I'd like to see a little more 2-man game between him and Dennis Schroeder, to be honest with you. Get him going offensively in that way.
Yeah, I'm with you, Drapes. Yeah, I'm thinking, there's the offense is a little more diverse going through Schroeder than just Domas. I think Domas's field goal attempts might go down a little bit this year, and I think that's fine given all the mouths you have to feed. And the bottom line is you scored 116 against Phoenix, should have won that game. 120 against the Lakers. So it's not like the offense, it's not like you're not scoring points. And if you're scoring points, I'm not really that worried about how many assists Domas has.
I'm with you 100%. And if you look at it, DeMar has his assist numbers have gone up through the first 3 games. It's almost like an equal opportunity offense in terms of DeMar is doing some facilitating, Schroeder's doing facilitating. We're watching Domas do some, Malik to an extent when he comes in. And so I think, if you're looking for 19, 13, and 7 from Domas, it may be more like 17, 13, and 5. But that's because you got a point guard. There's a reason why Zach LaVine is balling out like he is, and it's because he has a point guard. He doesn't have to worry about, I got to create for DeMar, I got to create for Domas. And so I agree 100% with you, Whitey. His numbers may come down, but that may be a good thing for the team.
So I know your guy is Shooter. I know that Jay's guy is Malik Monk. And speaking of Monk, coming off the bench, and he's just been spectacular. He's shooting like 63.2% from three. What have you loved so far about Malik's game?
Well, first of all, his catch and shoot game is back. When you look at what we've been asking Malik Monk to do over the last season and a half, it's to be a point guard. And we're seeing that's not really his strengths. His strengths is coming into the game, being that sixth man and getting buckets. He's shooting phenomenal on catch and shoot. He doesn't have to worry about getting DeMar or Zach involved, the weight. He's just playing freely right now. And think about it like this, too. He bought a house in the area. He's settled down family wise, and he's playing with a clear head and a clear mind. And it looks like he's having some joy playing basketball again. A couple of years ago during the Beam Team year, and even this year after that, when he finished second in the Sixth Man of the Year, he was bouncy. He played with a sort of pep in his step. I felt like last year we were asking so much of him. Malik, you got to be this point guard. It sort of robbed him of who he actually is. Now he's that guy that Doug Christie can just turn loose. Malik, go out there, be you, do your thing. Don't worry about anything else.
Draper, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and write a note to NBC Sports to get you a Wi-Fi extender, so don't worry about that. I got you on that big time.
You know what's crazy? Hold up, Jay. I got to cut you off. You know what's crazy? I had to get off the Wi-Fi. I was on the Wi-Fi, big fella, and now I'm off the Wi-Fi and I'm crystal clear. How crazy is that?
Well,
I'm on cellular right now. It's working. Unbelievable, man.
So that just lets you know your service is operating a little bit better than what's going down in the city right now.
Exactly.
Someone that I think has caught everyone by surprise, maybe beside the people down at the G1C, and that could be including you. Dylan Cardwell, man, he got 15 minutes first game in Phoenix and 13 and a half, of course, with the Lakers. I didn't think anybody expected for him to be playing an average of 14 minutes already through 3 games. What have you seen from the big fella?
Well, you're 100% right about that, Jay. I don't think anybody expected a two-way guy, undrafted guy, to be in the rotation. But if you watch practice like I have, if you talk to Doug like you have, he's a huge fan of Dylan Cardwell. Dylan brings some of the intangibles, stuff that won't come up in the stat sheet. He's a tremendous talker. I mean, the dude is always yapping defensively. He's sort of like that middle linebacker, if you will, a Fred Warner type, if you will, for this Kings defense. Secondly, he goes after everything, whether it's a block shot, whether it's a loose ball, whether it's a rebound. He's a little raw, no doubt about that. We saw him take that 3 ball, and it was an air ball with the shot clock winding down. But he has some intangibles, man. Plus, size. It's funny. I was watching Dylan Cardwell stand next to assistant coach on the G League, Jason Maxiell, who played his college ball at Cincinnati.
Yes, sir.
Jason Maxiell is a big guy. Yep. He's a big guy, Jay. But Dylan Cardwell makes him look so small. I don't think people realize how big Dylan Cardwell is. And so he gives them some size. He gives them some physical play. Think about it. Him and Drew Eubanks are 2 entirely different players. Eubanks is a little more refined offensively. Dylan Cardwell defensively plays with some force, some fight, some size, some athleticism that I think Coach Christie likes. I'm not surprised, to be honest with you, talking to the people behind the scenes. Wow. They were high on Dylan Cardwell inside training camp, at the practices. I was talking to one assistant coach. This was about a week or so ago, and this was at practice. I'm like, dude, what do you think of Cardwell? And he just gave me that look, like in the eyes, like, man, that dude's bringing it. And so, and Jay, and Whitey, when Doug trusts somebody, believes in somebody, he's going to give you that opportunity. And that's what we're seeing with Cardwell.
Yeah, I think the Lakers made 14 of the first 17 shots, and there was a timeout, and then Dylan Cardwell was on the floor right after that. Yeah. Drapes, it's great having you on, and it's just not easy for me, but I got to say something nice about your football team. And I will point out that, Sunday, for some reason, you had the Texans wearing these ridiculous uniforms, and you had the Steelers wearing awful. Like they were like Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
But your team, the throwbacks they wore were so sweet. They almost made up for that. Those are awesome throwbacks the Eagles had on.
Was it those Kelly
Green?
Yes, sir.
throwbacks that they had on? Yeah. I thought you were going to say my boy Jalen Hurts is an MVP candidate or something like that. But, we can have that conversation next time. No, man. You know what's crazy about the Eagles? The only team that can beat the Eagles is the Eagles themselves. I'm worried about A.J. Brown imploding.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the Saquon injury. I'm worried about Nick Sirianni, the coach. Is he, is his house built of cards and not bricks, And so I'm not worried about the Niners or the Rams or any of those other, teams. If the Eagles play their game and actually play together, we'll be fine.
Why you ain't worried about the Niners or anybody else? Why you couldn't say the Rams or the Buccaneers?
You know what's crazy, man? I'm watching it in ESPN today, and they're like, "Oh, they played the Niners, one of the worst defenses in the league." And I'm like, "Nah, that's not true. I mean, they are looking a little suspect as of late, but because of the injuries. But man, your squad, Jay's in trouble, big fella."
You know what? Well, I'm not gonna argue that today because I'd be lying if I wasn't admitting it. I will say this though: it was super. The timing of you being done compared to the Eagles' back-to-back losses.
Yeah.
I said, boy, you better be glad.
In 5 days, they lost twice. Yeah.
Hey, and y'all still texting me about it, though. I'm not even part of the show, but y'all still texting. I don't think I responded to that one either.
No, you better not.
Now, there's a rumor going around.
Yeah. Wide open, though, right?
It is.
Yes. There's a rumor that Drape's Takes may return tomorrow. Do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, I think it's official, but you know how it is with Jose. We'll find out in December sometime. Oh, yeah, you guys should have been doing that 2 months ago. No offense to you, Jose. I apologize, big fella. But, hopefully I'll be able to come on with you guys tomorrow, man, to do a Drape's Take segment. Yeah.
All right. Look forward to that. Thank you very much. It's great to hear from you. Have a good broadcast tonight. We'll be watching.
See you, Drapes.
Kyle Draper.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Take it easy. Yeah.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye-bye. From the dungeon in San Francisco.
Man, we got to get Drapes in a new Wi-Fi something, man.
For sure.
What did you do? You got him on a cellular?
Yeah. So, we've upgraded our systems here at Sac Sports 1140, so I can get you anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
But when you're down in the dungeon and you're on that NBC Sports Wi-Fi, it just ain't operating properly, I see. Mm-hmm. So I don't even know what's going on, Whitey. I just know we got to be better. We got to have a better connection because just like I know, if that was me or you on the other end, Draper would have said, he'd have asked 3 times, dog, what's up with your connection?
He would have been like, you're going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Draper.
Are you in outer space?
Right.
Yeah. Are you the International Space Station?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kayla, thank you very much for the fun size candy bars.
I mean, it is. We have to king size it tonight if we're going to see a win there.
Who's your king size player of the night tonight?
I got to go with Malik Monk. Man, I've loved what I just saw it or showed the numbers in terms of the threes, and I just think he needs to maybe even amp it up a little more tonight coming off the bench.
I'm going with Zach LaVine. I didn't realize this. Someone pointed out on social media, he's on pace to have the highest single season scoring average of any Sacramento Kings player ever.
He's on fire.
Ever, Jay.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
You got anybody? Fun size, king size?
Yeah, I'm going with old trusty, the future Hall of Famer, DeMar DeRozan.
There we go.
I think he's got something in the bag tonight because I don't know who's going to really stick him for the OKC Thunder. So I'm going DeMar.
Yeah. So those are the king size players of the game. Kings will probably go with another fun size lineup.
I know.
Be a little smaller tonight, but that's all right.
I know. I mean, Oklahoma City might be a little smaller tonight.
Yes.
So
Kings going to draw them out there to the three-point line and rain threes on them. Thank you so much, Kayla. We appreciate not just the candy bars, but thanks for coming in and helping us out.
It's been fun. Enjoy the rest of the week.
And we're going to take you up to game night now. We got the high flyer, right? The high flyer and the low flyer. High flyer in return to the lower flyer. It's got the ground game going on the court these days. Scott Marsh, that's coming up next. Thanks for being with us. We're back with you tomorrow. Game night is next. Getting ready for the Kings and the Thunder on Sactown Sports.